All right, here we go. Oh man, let me turn this down, man. I can't even get into the theatrics tonight because it was another one of those nights, Al, man. It was another one of those nights. Let me turn down my theme music and get my mind right because the Knicks went into the Barclays Center tonight. Battle of New York, rivalry game, Act 1, bragging rights on the line. And got their heads handed to them pretty easily. From the start of this game, the opening tip, they got their heads caved in. Lackluster effort, terrible defense, selfish basketball, and that's what you have. Your big three players, lackluster on both ends, and they got embarrassed. One thing is for sure, bro. It doesn't matter how much drama the Nets have right now. You got the Kyrie situation. They throw Steve Nash over the boat. They want Udoka. They bring in Jock Vaughn. They got the Scarecrow and Ben Simmons, who looks like a clone right now. One thing is for sure, the Knicks are still not in the Nets league right now. Still nowhere close. Outclassed tonight once again to a team who right now is finding their groove. Give credit to the Nets. Give credit to the Nets because they are finding their groove. But for the Knicks, man, we don't need that, bro. You cannot come out with that type of effort when you are an average to below average team. You cannot come out that way. And I told you guys from that Minnesota game when Julius is going 8 for 13, I told you he was going to be feeling himself and trying to win this whole thing by himself tonight. And it came out in the opening quarter. We got outscored 38-22. They're daring him to shoot. These guys didn't have confidence in their shot. Julius is hoisting up threes. Him and KD are drawing back and forth. He's turning the ball over at the same time. He's getting out of it. He's checked out of it mentally because he's trying to win this thing by himself. And it's not to blame him. But at the end of the day, it's not winning basketball. On the other side, you have a star player in Kevin Durant who's playing winning basketball, scoring, passing, defense, block shots. That's what we need, not hero ball. I thought Brunson had a horrible game. Curtis Sumner was cooking him on both ends. Let's be real. I give Brunson his credit every time when he plays well. He's been great for us. Tonight, first off on the defensive end, as I said, Sumner was cooking him. Offensively, we're not looking for you to be the savior, but you gotta facilitate and get guys going. 3 assists is just not enough. RJ, same thing. 3 assists is just not enough. We need them to be better playmakers. They had a chance in this third quarter. RJ started scoring a little bit, and they were trying to cut the lead. They could have cut the lead to about 12, 10 points. But it was just, again, bad decisions, selfish shots, selfish play. You have to play better than that. And the icing on the cake for me is your best 3-point shooter this year in Obi only had 2 attempts. That should show you how bad the ball movement was in this game. Only had 2 attempts. He can't feed himself, bro. He's not an engine. You have to set him up. You have to feed him. The ball has to move. And I just thought it was too much hero ball, selfish play, defense lackluster. Combine that with 65% from the free throw line. You're playing losing basketball. And it was indicative in the score tonight. Your thoughts?
I think the one thing that stood out to me was the lack of ball movement tonight. It was just non-existent. You talked about a hero ball. You get Julius Randle starting out, and this is not just to point Julius because there was not enough playmaking from Jalen Brunson, not from RJ, not from IQ, nobody. Derrick Rose didn't have it tonight, but you have stupid shot selections and they were just forcing shots. They made it so difficult on themselves in the first quarter. Where was the ball movement? That was the thing we were talking about at the beginning of the season. The ball was flying around, humming. It looked like there was some cohesion at the start of the season. Tonight, it just went out the window. And you talk about when Brunson doesn't have it going, then they want Julius Randle to be the engine. I'm watching Randle be the engine. We know that doesn't work. He's driving into the paint, jumping up, trying to do kickouts. You have one that goes over to Kevin Durant as a turnover. Just points on the other side.
Just
you have
doing
one
too
where
much. Doing too much.
You have him chucking over to Cam in the corner. Cam has to jump up before it goes out into the 15th row, and then has to go set himself. And then his defender already gets out there to give him a good contested shot. It's just they dug themselves a hole way too early, and they made the game way too difficult. On the other hand, you see the Brooklyn Nets out there just passing to one another, and you want to talk about what stars do. You see Kevin Durant elevate everybody else around him. All right. He draws the attention. He's able to find everyone else who's cutting off ball. It's another thing we didn't have. People cutting off ball. Everyone's just standing around the perimeter. No one's moving, man. And everyone's just like, they have their hands on their hip. They have their hands out ready to catch the ball. It's like, yo, cut. Just cut. Do something. It's not even that Sims is even blocking the paint at this point. It's that we have everyone trying to go in and then kick out to 3-point shooters, but our 3-point shooting is not consistent.
Right.
It's not consistent. 33%. Stats haven't updated yet. 33% last night. After Monday, right? You have everyone just going ballistic from three. Mainly Julius Randle. I'm not buying that we're a good, consistent 3-point shooting team, man. We're good in the paint. There's going to be some nights we get hot from behind the arc. But the thing that's going to help this team is creating open looks. We're not a team that can just go out there like Kevin Durant, hand in the face, knock down everything in sight. You have to drive. You have to create open looks for everybody else, and you have to create easy buckets. We didn't even get out transition that much tonight.
Nope.
We didn't even do that. You know what else also didn't help? Turnovers. We gave up 25 points to the Brooklyn Nets off of 15 turnovers.
Yes.
15. They also gave us 15 turnovers. We only got 10 points.
No,
you just can't play basketball like that, man. You just cannot play basketball like that. It's not just Randle. It's Brunson. It's RJ. It's everybody. You're asking. The second unit had a little bit going in the second quarter, but I'm not looking for them to constantly try to bail out the starters. The starters are the starters for a reason.
That's right.
You're going out there to compete. You're either giving us like it's going in there even, or you're getting the lead. We should not have to rely on the second unit. As great as it was the last two seasons, we had to rely on our second unit to bring us back into games. That is not sustainable. It's just not. And I thought the rotations tonight, I'll give Thibs a little credit for trying to figure things out, but otherwise there was things that he did in the third quarter where he called 2 timeouts and you're sticking with the same rotation. The lineup wasn't working. Change it. No one's playing with enough energy out there and making smart basketball decisions. Figure something out. Tonight was just a disgusting night. No one had it. Not enough ball movement. A lot of turnovers. No one showed up. They took a book out of Minnesota Timberwolves game.
They're feeling themselves.
The Timberwolves didn't, and they came in tonight like they fell asleep at the wheel, man. Fell asleep at the wheel.
Fell asleep at the wheel. It was one of those nights. Somebody in the chat earlier during the game when we were in the Mosh chat pregame said, CP, it's a brown liquor type of night. It is a brown liquor. So I had to pour up. That's why I was a little late. You know what I'm saying? I had to pour up, throw some ice in the glass, and throw something nice in there. I won't tell you guys what I'm drinking because I haven't sponsored the show. But it is top shelf. I had to go up high for it tonight because I just needed to get the edge off a little bit. Because it's just one of those nights, man. You look forward to a game like this, and they come out with this type of effort. And as you said, the turnovers is an Achilles heel for this team. The lack of 3-point shooting, the effort is not consistent. Those are bad signs, bro. Those are bad signs. Wiley on the pregame show said, I like the way this team is trending, this team is looking. This team is average in every sense of the way, whether you're looking at it on a night-to-night basis or you're looking at the numbers. Average. They're 5-6. They're middle of the pack offensively, middle of the pack defensively. As Clyde said, they don't have an identity right now. They don't have an identity. And you mentioned something earlier when you said you don't trust their 3-point shooting right now. And you know who didn't trust their three-point shooting right now? Jock Vaughn. Because I thought the Nets defense was excellent tonight. I give credit. I always give credit where it's due. I thought the Nets defense was excellent tonight. They were swarming. They had good energy. They used a lot of length. You know, Sumner is 6'4". You got Sumner out there. You got KD out there. You have Claxton out there. It's a lot of length out there. A lot of wingspan in those pass lanes, and I thought they were very disruptive. And not to mention Royce O'Neal, underrated defender. Can't sleep on him. Nets defense is improving. They're playing very well, and I thought they showed that tonight. But what they did very well was they crowded that paint, boy. Every minute, there were 4 guys in there. They had no cares in the world. You could shoot all day if you wanted to. And what the Knicks did, a lot of times they weren't confident in their shot. They were tentative. They weren't making quick decisions when it came to their jumpers. And that's, to me, what started the eurythmic offense in the first quarter, because we weren't sure, like, okay, should we drive, should we shoot, okay, you know, and everything, it just made everything so stagnant and stale.
Yes.
And because, you know, Nets are number 2 in the league right now in opponents' points in the paint. They've been very good at that. So what the Knicks needed to do was they needed to make them move. They needed to make them rotate, and they weren't doing that. They weren't forcing that defense to move. Played right into their hands tonight.
Look, and I talked about it with Matt Brooks on the game preview. He talked about how you could score on the Nets in the paint. You know, Jacques Vaughn was like, hey, I know that's what they want to do, but you know what they can't do? Can't shoot from 3.
Can't shoot.
It's, you know, and it's it's going to be troubling all season, man. You mentioned, like, not even getting Obi involved. You have Fournier out there who gave us a couple threes when he first came in. But then you start putting Brunson and Randle back out there, where those were the 2 guys who just didn't have it and were causing the issues from the jump, man. You know, Randle would attack. I get that he's not. You want Brunson to be the playmaker. If you allow Randle, he's not like a point guard. We know that already. You just see him in the paint, hesitating. He's trying to back somebody down. He gets crowded. He knows he has to kick it out. But at that point, like, you're hesitating and it's too late. And that's not completely on him. That's also on the coach saying, like, what am I doing out there? Like, what's my point guard doing? Get the point guard the ball, right? This is coaching. You don't allow that to happen if you know what Randle is at this point. We know Randle is not that guy. In limited stretches, do you want him to be a playmaker? That's fine. Not where it's like from the jump, you're trying to have him as a table setter. Brunson just didn't have it tonight when it came to playmaking. But you know what? Credit to the Nets. They did a good job blocking what he likes to do, which is try to get into the paint, find guys on the outside, and get into rhythm. And, you know, Sumner did a good job at frustrating him from doing that. So he couldn't get to his spots, you know, and his spot gets crowded because we don't have consistent 3-point shooting.
That's right.
It comes back to consistent 3-point shooting on this team. We just don't have it. All right. And even our best 3-point shooters, you know, outside of Obi, who's been consistent, if you're going to talk about Evan Fournier, he's not a guy you can rely on every single night. You don't know if he's going to be hot, if he's going to be cold. Quickley's not hitting from 3 right now. He's putting up bricks. Can't rely on Quick right now. Grimes is trying to work his way back in. That's another conversation we need to have, where he was available for tonight.
Yeah.
Only came in with 4:36 to go in the fourth quarter, but he was available.
He was available indeed, but I think there is where the problem lies in that. And people get this confused all the time. Grimes isn't the savior. He isn't the savior. It's not about that. It is about his profile of what he was. And I'm not talking about right now. He hasn't showed you anything this year.
Yep.
He hasn't showed you anything outside of being
Right.
hurt. But the profile of him being an efficient 3-point shooter is what you're looking for in this lineup, on top of his defense. But, you know, his ability to be a low usage, high efficiency 3-point shooter is what can help this team if he is who he is. Right now, he just can't stay healthy. But I think his loss is not only hurting the starting unit, but it's hurting the bench as well, because he's not getting any consistency. I mean, I don't think Quick has hit a shot since last year. And I'm being facetious. Obviously, he has. But what I'm saying is, Quick ain't hitting on anything right now. 1 for 8 from the field. He's been tentative all year. When to shoot, when to pass, when to drive. He just looks very indecisive out there. Rose is Rose. He's been up and down, right? He's gonna have some flashes, and other times it's gonna be lackluster. I don't think he's got it like that this year.
But I expect that from Rose because he's coming off of ankle surgery. He's getting up there in age. He's not. You're trying to maintain Rose towards the finish line if you even get into the plan at this point. Right. And hopefully by then he's back in rhythm. He didn't play since December last season. He hasn't played an actual game until this year to this preseason that we're talking about. And his minutes have been managed so that way he can work his way back up in conditioning and basketball shape. I get that. I'm not expecting him to be great every single night. Also, we should be relying on our 3 big guys that we have. It's got to be Randle, RJ, Brunson.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that got to do it. End of the day.
No question. So the bench didn't have it tonight. And Fournier, yes, he came in, he knocked down a couple threes. Then he had some boneheaded plays in that comeback. Couple boneheaded telegraph passes, turnovers, and things of that nature. Couple more of those. I'm ready to get my guy Svi a chance. My guy Svi's coming in. Svi's coming in garbage time. He's splashing.
2 for 2, man. 2 for 2.
He's splashing every time he comes in garbage time. He's knocking out a 3. I'm not sure how much he has in his bag. He might not be able to defend worth a lick, which is probably why he doesn't have much staying power in the league. But a couple more, because Fournier's just looking like he's walking in molasses right now. I'm ready to get Svi a shot. Because bench needs a little boost, man. Ball sports fan in the chat says Svi sanity. Huh?
We need some 3-point shooting.
We need some 3-point shooting, man. Real talk. And like I said, Obi only getting 2 shots just showed you how one-dimensional and ISO, ISO-centric the offense was tonight. You gotta get that man the rock. There's no excuse for it. You gotta get him the rock. And again,
the most consistent. He's shooting over 40%.
Yeah.
And by the way, he got 2 3-point shots off in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
When it's like we're already out of the game.
You're already cooked.
So what's the point?
Right. You're already done, and then it's like, look. You're down by a lot by halftime, and this is the same old Nick. They do this against the Nets all the time. They get down by a ton, and then they make a late run in the second half. Makes you think they can get back in it. Sometimes they do, but you're expending a lot of energy.
It's so tough.
When all of that should have been done in the beginning.
And by tonight, they're already tired because they try to play a lot of ISO basketball, a lot of hero ball up front, and so now you have to collect yourselves. Get out there and now try to keep up with a team that's making the game look extremely easy.
Yep.
Like they made it look very easy tonight. And to be honest, watching the Nets, I don't even think they really broke a sweat by the way they were moving the rock around. So when you have to then keep up with a team that is already in rhythm offensively, that's just a tall order. It's nothing like if you're playing playing the Timberwolves, how they played on Monday. Sure, you can probably shoot your way back in there because they like to do a lot of the same tendencies as the Knicks, which is play a lot of hero ball, ISO, stuff like that. I mean, even tonight you saw they only had 4 guys on the court, right?
Right. The Timberwolves got a Timberwolf.
So, yeah, man, it was just tough. I knew if the Knicks could have gotten down to 10, maybe, but it was so far gone, man, in the third quarter, just so far gone.
And it's not to because somebody says you guys always scapegoat Julius. It's not to scapegoat him, but the thing is that sometimes he can be a gift and a curse in that when he gets going, he tries to do too much. We don't need you bringing the ball up that much. You got to slow it down. There was one play, he's bringing the ball up, we got a fast break, and either nobody told him or he's just out of control. He loses the ball, it turns into a Joe Harris 3. Things like that. You dribbling into a double team, you turn the ball over. You dribbling, you getting the foot trick. 4 turnovers.
You're bringing the ball up. Next thing you know, you get poked. The ball gets poked from behind.
Right.
And then it's a turnover. Easy way.
Right. Those aren't good turnovers. There's good turnovers and there's not good turnovers. A lot of times with Julius, they're bad turnovers, careless mistakes. And he's just got to cut that down. He had it going from 3. Yes, he was able to score. And yes, there are times like this game when you need to rely on him for offense. I've been saying that you can't dial him back in these situations because you need his offense, but you just need him to play better. And he doesn't have it, man. He's been here 4 years now. We've seen what he is. He doesn't have it. Whether you want to call it IQ, awareness, whatever the case is, he does not. He's just not a sound basketball player in that regard. He has talent offensively. I never discredit him. He has talent in that regard. He was the only one that outside of Cam, you got to put him on KD. You got to try to put him on KD. No one can stop KD, but you got to try. When it comes to decision making, he will never be a good decision maker through and through for 48 minutes in a game.
That's why you do not want him as a playmaker for majority of the game, like we saw tonight. And I think the other thing too that's frustrating with Julius is that we saw that miraculous season from him, right, where he's truly locked in and he was making quick decisions. He was doing everything perfectly, and you're like, where did that go? Because you have to be locked in to get to that type of level. Mm-hmm. And my question is, where is that focus? Where is that attention to detail that you had 2 seasons ago? Last year was horrible. And now we're in this season, and there's also an expectation. You were extended. You were MIP, second all NBA. RJ's not second all NBA. Brunson's not second all NBA. You got to second all NBA. There is an expectation now. There's an expectation of the product we're supposed to be seeing on the court. And it's not just the offensive side. We get that offensively. Yeah, fine. But defensively, too. You're having Royce O'Neal. You're losing Royce O'Neal on the court for open threes?
Right.
Come on, man. Like,
Effort.
What?
Effort.
And I didn't even, and honestly, I probably still would have kept Cam on KD just because I wouldn't want to expend Julius's defensive efforts to take away from the offense, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Because we needed his offense, all right? We needed it tonight. Even though there was some questionable decision-making, I wouldn't have gone that direction.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks Postgame Live presented by Manscaped. CP and Alex on the ones and twos, man. Knicks get worked in the Battle of New York, Act 1, 112 to 85. Let's hear what the people got to say. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or hit us up on the KnicksFanTV Discord. Let's start off with Sammy in Brooklyn. Sammy, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? It's Femi from Brooklyn.
How you doing?
But I'm well. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Run it up, get those likes up for
Absolutely.
your boys. Yeah, so I just had a couple things to say. I'm gonna try to get out of here quick.
Rapid fire.
But I think we need to temper expectations. Knicks fans, we get really high and really low, but we're supposed to win against the teams we're supposed to win against and lose against the teams we're supposed to. I had this marked as an L before the week started, but basically the bottom line is the Nets got into a rhythm, started up quick. Our team never got into a rhythm. Julius was the only one making shots in the first quarter, and nobody else was. We fell apart for the 3 more quarters. I'm looking forward to the next games. We're gonna do okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the season. Just shout out to you guys for running this show. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And this doesn't pertain as much. I have one question for the panel. This is one of the first games that Obi got over 20 minutes. At the beginning of the season, you guys said that he should be getting over 20. So that's just my question for you guys on Obi's minutes generally for the whole season and how that's looking. Thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate it. Well, he got 26 the other night. Yeah, ideally you want to see him playing more. It's just a matter of how much is he and Julius going to play together. He'll get that 20 or better if they're playing more. What happens when Mitch comes back? Obviously, I think his minutes go back down.
My fault. I have one more quick question.
That was rapid fire, man. You're overtime. You're in overtime now, Sammy. Appreciate the call, man. Call back tomorrow, man. Friday's another day. He wants one more question. We didn't even finish answering the last question.
Gotta share, man. Gotta share. Sharing is caring.
It's a tough loss tonight, man. If we won the game, I would have let you slide in with another one. But it's a tough loss. I'm a little tight tonight. Go ahead on the Obi point out. Go ahead.
Well, Obi got his first 20 minutes against Detroit second game of the season. This is his fourth game of the season right now, getting over 20 minutes. And we played 11 so far. So, yes, we want to see Obi get more minutes. When he's gotten more minutes, he's been efficient. Even in his limited minutes, he's been efficient and effective coming off the bench. I like it, but you also have to get him involved. That's the other thing. Like tonight, he 2 for 7, didn't really get him involved from 3. And he didn't really get anything going until really the fourth quarter. Like get that many touches, so it's a waste, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's a waste.
Yeah, we know that Obi's game is predicated on the ball moving and getting to him and the guards getting him involved. And tonight just wasn't that night for him. Just wasn't that night. And then to Semi's other point that we got to temper expectations. My expectations have been tempered. I've said this team's going to win 41 games. They're an average team. My thing is, effort should still be there consistently. I don't mind a close loss. I don't mind a loss where, they're fighting through and through for 3.5 quarters, and then at the end, KD's KD. You give a superstar his credit, and you leave out of there with a valiant effort. But this isn't even come from me. Ask your coach in the press conference. The effort, the energy was not there from the opening tip. That, to me, I can't accept. Yeah.
Look, I said 42 wins for this season, and that's like the expectation is an average team. I've said play-in.
Yeah,
I still think this team is a play-in team, but at the same time, it goes back to your point, CP. It's effort. We get upset when they lose to the Atlanta Hawks after having a 23+ point lead. You get upset when you're not even in the game,
right?
And you're coming out like this. We're supposed to be. The whole identity of a Tom Thibodeau team is that you're overprepared and you come out swinging every single night. Like we did when he first was here. You had to make it to the 4 seed. They were in every single game for the most part.
Yeah.
I remember all 72 games. And it's like maybe there was like a handful that just got out of hand. But for the most part, you knew they were going to battle defensively. What this is not even battling.
Yeah,
this is like, we'll come back the next one. All right.
You're only in game 11. You already have about 3 embarrassing losses already. Hey, people told me I was crazy after the Philly game for feeling the way I was feeling. You're not gonna get that many chances. Even Wiley alluded to it on the postgame show. But we'll see how it goes. Speaking of Thibs, here is what Thibs had to say in regards to his message to the team after tonight's blowout loss. Here's Thibs.
It just shows you how quickly things can change in the league. Played really well at Minnesota. Next game, we didn't play well. So we have to take a look at it, make our corrections, get ready for the next one.
All right. It's how quickly things can change, man. So, as you would expect them to come out guns blazing up against the Pistons on Friday, but to me, I'm just looking for consistency, man. Consistent effort. Let's go to Jose from Puerto Rico, man. He's becoming a very polarized figure among this channel. Jose, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Well, I'm not feeling good. I'm glad that everything that came out of your mouth tonight is absolutely true. This is why I watch your show. You're not giving people, you're telling it how it is. This experiment is over. It is over. It's time to fire Leon Rose. We got embarrassed in national TV. We weren't even competitive. And everybody comes at me, it's too early in the season. Development. That's all nonsense. It's time to bring Leon Rose and everybody to James Dolan's office and have him explain this loss, this embarrassing loss to our rivals. There was one game that I have circled was today. And this is what we get. And let me tell you something, CP. If one caller calls tonight and comes with this bull about, no, it's still early in the season, I want you to give me the opportunity to call back and battle them. I'm sick of it.
Jose wants to smoke.
Enough. Enough is enough, CP. Enough is enough. Leon Rose has to go. It's not Thibs' fault. It's Leon Rose. Randle is, he is a scapegoat. Yeah, he is garbage. Yeah, he's an idiot. Everything you didn't want to say, I'll do it for you. That's the way it is. He has no basketball IQ. None. None whatsoever. Brunson was a mess. I'll give him a pass. But give IQ a haircut. Maybe those braids are covering his eyes and he can't shoot. Something has to be done, CP, and you educate your viewers. This team is not going nowhere. Nowhere. Not even to the play-in. Expectations are for us to be competitive, CP. That's our expectations. Not to look like a G League team, like I said before. This is laughable, CP. And you know what? It's not even funny. It hurts. It hurts to see our Knicks. I feel for the Knicks fans that were in Brooklyn that paid that money to see this garbage that performed tonight.
All right, man. Jose, hold your head, man. Rate that call in the chat, man. I saw some people in the chat say that's the MVP right now of KnicksFanTV Nation. Rate that call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Are you with Jose right now? Do you want to battle Jose? I see some tomatoes in the chat. Maybe those people throwing tomatoes want to battle Jose tonight. That would be more entertaining than tonight's game. If anybody wants to call in and battle Jose tonight, I will give you the floor. You just call in 657-383-1509. Let Edgar know what time it is, and we'll get you right through. Jose's calling from Puerto Rico. He's long distance right now. He said he'll hold. He's waiting for the smoke.
Chuck D's in here saying, I'm hiding from Jose. LOL.
Shout out to the Ride Battle Chuck D, man. Shout out to the OG. He just threw a super chat in the pot. Shout out to Chuck. He says, let me read the super chat. So to everybody's in the chat right now, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Ryan Animal Chuck D says, $10 super chat says, we got punched in the mouth, opening bell. This league is parody laden. Any sleeping moment will get you run over. That's a fact. Bad. We got to be intense every game. That is a fact. Barclays on TV looks like a Hoboken gym. This is for Svi. So Chuck is throwing his hat in the Svi ring. I'm telling you, man, we might have to get Svi a look. We need some shooting right now. Fournier better wake up. Shout out to Brandon Guest, $10 super chat says, scale of 1 to 10, how warm is Thibs' seat right now? Udoka would be my wish, but I think we need a better roster more than anything. Have y'all seen James Akinjo? 42 bomb. Have not seen James Akinjo. The Udoka thing, I think a lot of teams are just going to have to wait for that thing to blow over. I think that's why Jock Vaughn got the thing with the Nets because, and that was my whole thing with the Nets and the Kyrie thing. And it's not about, Kyrie being right or wrong. Forget about all that. I'm not even here to debate that. But, the Nets trying to, put themselves in this holier-than-thou position to scold them and then right away be trying to get Ime Udoka rust through the process. Like, what are we talking about right now? Nevertheless, Adam Silver probably gave Josiah a call like, listen, you're wilding right now. Go with Jock Vaughn, see what happens at the end of the season, and then make a move if you need to.
Yeah, crazy that even came up. But hey, I don't know. You got Quinn Snyder out there. Johnny Bryan is supposedly the heir apparent for the Knicks, man. But
the next coach of the year, according to many Knicks fans, who's never coached a game in his life.
I don't know. Thibs' seat is hot. Is getting warm. So, if this loss was after the Hawks,
as I said in the beginning of the season, before the season even started, when people are asking if his seat was hot, I said it depends on how they play. It's if they're competing for the play-in and maybe they miss it, maybe he's okay. But embarrassing loss after embarrassing loss is gonna count for something.
This is embarrassing, man. Jimmy
D's not going to sit around for that.
This is embarrassing. I'm telling you. You can't. There's no way to sugarcoat this one. This was an embarrassing loss.
Yeah.
Considering that, and I'm quoting Matt Brooks once again from the game preview.
Yeah, good preview.
KD. Appreciate it. KD and a bunch of role players. KD and a bunch of role players.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that it's KD, and if KD, as you said, hit the last shot, and that's how the cards fell. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Sumner, like
So-
Claxton, like what?
Yeah, Sumner was giving JB the business tonight, man.
Like, come on, man. Like
He was giving JB the business. We got to talk about it. Fair is fair. He was giving JB the business.
Yo,
and then how about this? Because y'all know, listen, RJ's my guy, but it is what it is. This thing really irked me because this was in the third quarter. We're down by like 25, and RJ finally makes a layup. You know, hasn't made a layup since last year. Being facetious, finally makes a layup, and then he's flexing on him. Like what?
Oh.
Like bro, we trying to claw back into the game. We're literally down by 20 plus points, and you out here flexing when you can barely make bunny layups, and we're getting worked. We got to get our head in the game. That's my guy. RJ, you my guy. We got to get our heads in the game here, man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, man. Sumner went 7 for 10. I'm just looking at this. Sumner went 7 for 10, 3 for 4 from 3, 18 points, had your 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Like, come on, bro. Just come on. Seth Curry, who was struggling tonight, 7 for 13, goes 6 for 11.
Seth got his groove back. He was like Stella out there. Seth got his groove back tonight.
Yo. And you know, like, even Ben Simmons, for what, like, he starts to go getting assists, starts rebounding.
Everybody finding themselves against the Knicks.
We're the get right team now. This is it.
Everybody, yeah. Well, yes, we've been the get right team. We've been the get right team. It's just like,
we've been the team to out. We've been the team to allow, you know, the average role player to look like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. All these guys against us. Now we're just like, all right, you need a get right game. Wait for the Knicks.
Yeah. I mean, something to give him credit. He's been playing well for them. 6'4" guard. As I said, he has some wingspan, has some length. He gave Brunson some problems, man. So it's tough. All right, back to the phones we go, man. NBIC from the BX. NBIC, what's going on?
What's going on, brothers?
How you doing, man?
So Jose wants smoke. I got smoke for him.
Oh, okay.
For one, he's bugging. Leon Rose and company, even though they're freshmen, they're the best front office that we have in years.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, this is Thibodeau. Okay? This is his fault. You guys touched on it. We have a predictable offense.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go. What do you see? You see. And I'm not even gonna blame Brunson like that because this is his first year. But you see Brunson come down, he drives to the hole. If he doesn't see anything, he does the fancy 2-step, and then he either takes a shot and hits it or misses, or turns it over. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is a team. Who is our feature?
Our feature players, I mean, it's Julius, it's Brunson. It all depends.
Okay. See, and that's not good. We should be running a motion offense, okay? Because who's our best off the ball? Who's our best player off the ball?
Right now, nobody.
No, but I'm saying, like, we just got exposed because we played a better team. We had a superstar player. And that's why we got exposed.
Yeah.
So when you play something like a Timberwolves team, you get to play different things, and they're not that good.
Mm-hmm.
So when you play an experienced team, even though he had a bunch of role players or whatever, you see Thibodeau's offense is lackluster, and he doesn't even do basic. We don't even have set plays. Okay, how many pick and rolls do we do? How many pick and pops? We have our team on both starting lineup and our bench. If we do the pick and pop, we would get players better acclimated, and you would see them. We're not a 3-point shooting team.
That's right.
I don't see that. That's what we got Brunson for. Brunson should be driving, penetrating, doing a pick and pop. Can you imagine if he's doing a pick and roll with Mitch, or he's doing a pick and roll, pick and pop with Obi.
That I give you. That I give you. I like to see him do that more with Julius and Obi. The problem with Mitch doesn't set good screens at all. So it's completely ineffective. You know, it's completely ineffective. Knicks are a top 10 scoring team right now in coming into the league. They've certainly had their moments despite being an inconsistent three-point shooting team. To me, it's defensively where a lot of the issues are. Especially at the point of attack. And on the perimeter against the threes. On the threes.
I think that offense it's a little off because we had some hot nights from three, especially against Detroit and the Timberwolves game. You also had 2 overtime games, Hornets and Memphis. So I think the points are actually a little inflated to show the Knicks are in the top 10. I don't think they're a top 10 scoring team. I actually wouldn't buy that they are a top 10 scoring team for the remainder of the season. Probably average, probably somewhere around average, probably like 15, 16, somewhere around there. That makes more sense just because of 3-point shooting. You look at it, it's just not up there to stay consistent with such a hot, like being a top 10 team. Most top 10 teams have good 3-point shooting, balanced offense. We don't have that on a night-to-night basis.
Good effective field goal percentage.
Yeah. And so, for the Knicks, I think that's part of it. Definitely defense, though. Definitely defense needs to take a step up because 3-point shooting, everyone's just doesn't look like they're making their rotations on time. Everyone's losing their man in transition. It's a plethora of things, but not being a good consistent 3-point shooting team, not being good at defending the three right now. I thought it was interesting that Thibs said that the Knicks were a top 3-point shooting team. I forget who before they played the Celtics. They were good at defending the three, and I was like, did we play even a top, like outside of the Cavs? Who else was a really good 3-point shooting team that we faced? And we didn't face many that were shooting that well. Like the Bucks even shoot that well when we played them. Memphis didn't really shoot that well to my knowledge. So it's like, like it's still too early in the season to really like get concrete numbers to show where this team stands. But I think a lot of it right now is due to the fact of like how some of these games go. But that's also to this team. It's an average team, hot and cold, up and down. Like you're gonna get a lot of peaks and a lot of valleys with this team.
Big time.
You're gonna have nights where they're just electric. It looks like they have it all figured out, and they're gonna have nights like this where what just happened,
Shout out to James Pounty in the chat. Says, where do we rank on turnovers right now? We're 19th in the league on turnovers. So that obviously has to be cleaned up. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. Knicks Postgame Live presented by Manscaped. Knicks get that work at the Barclays Center, 112-85 to the Nets. We're going to take some calls in a minute. Want to shout out Do Things in the chat. $20 super chat. Says Jose is correct. This is why I haven't made my KFTV phone call debut, because the Knicks will make me look bad. Shout out to Jay from Florida. Hit the thumbs up button for you boys. Alan and Wiley said they took a snow day. Yeah, man, let's get those likes up right now. Everybody in the chat, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, and share this video right now. To the phones we go. Let's go to the Discord. Sam, what's going on?
I'm a young Knicks fan. Okay, let's get that first.
Yep.
There's been some bad losses, but I don't think I've ever been so distraught, angry, and disgusted by what I just saw tonight. Okay? I don't even know what I saw on the offense side. Offensive? What? I didn't even know what I was watching. We run better plays in the park than whatever the hell I just saw. Okay? Defensively, that was a disaster. A whole disaster that I just saw defensively. And I have it written down right here. If I heard Tom Thibodeau say, I got to look at the tape, I was going to lose it. And sure enough, what did he say? We got to take a look at it. There's nothing to look at. You just saw this game. You were underprepared. You came in. Your game plan was to just guard KD. And guess what? It's not a one-person game. You had 4 players, Sumner, Claxton, Harris, Curry, combined for 63 points. all 4 guys you could have stopped. You could have contained their points, but you just put all the attention on KD, which is what the Nets want, and now you lose this game.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at our past 7 games, all right? Timberwolves, they only won that game, because Julius Randle was lighting up. But if the Timberwolves just made a couple of more threes, would have lost. Then let's not forget about the 3-point show that the Celtics showed on us, 25 of those. And then you barely squeeze out a game against the 76ers without Embiid and James Harden. All right, let's talk about DeJounte Murray against the Hawks, who committed grand theft larceny against us. Then you have the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Love having their own 3-point contest. You see how that's a reoccurring theme? 3 points? Because that's what Edmund Sumner did to us early this game. Then you have the Bucks. Remember that 17-0 run they did against us? Yep. Despicable. And this is horrible. Our corners are open. I said this against the Pistons game, our home opener. I said our corners are open. The most sought-out shot in the NBA. The most sought out. Teams are trying to buy that shot, and we leave it open. Tom Thibodeau, what are you doing? I get it. The personnel, whatever. You have to fix it. I don't know what's going on, and I am just pissed.
Hey, hang in there, man. Hang in there, Sam. You're a young Knicks fan, man. Plenty of heartache to go. We've been enduring it for about 30 years over here, man. You just getting started, man. We got to get Sam his own pacemaker, man. Ooh. Cardiac Knicks is doing him in.
Speaking facts, though.
He is. Rate that call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. What you think about Sam's call? Got to tighten up on the perimeter, man. We got to tighten up on the perimeter.
Just allowing everyone to shoot from 3. That's going to be the biggest issue of the season, man.
Wide open, man. It's one of those nights. 115-85. Knicks go down in flames. $5 super chat from Dejan Holland says, I'm jumping on 2K23 my play mode so I can put a better effort in Brooklyn than the Knicks did tonight. Shout out to Chuck D once again. Says, most teams going to be up and down this season. Somebody asked the defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors. We gotta want every second, every possession. Yeah, Golden State's having a little adversity over there, which is good. I'm going out there next week, so hopefully they haven't regained their flow. Anyway, looking forward to it. Eli from Cincinnati. Eli, what's going on?
It's actually Eli from Connecticut, but
Connecticut. Yeah, I read that wrong, man. Appreciate it.
I'm actually a 30-year Knicks fan. I've been a Knicks fan since 1992.
There you go.
Knicks, Bulls, playoffs, those battles.
Mm-hmm.
This season was over when Leon Rose didn't make that trade for Donovan Mitchell. He let all of us Knicks fans down. I swear, I'm probably not the only Knicks fan that was checking the news almost every day in the summer to see if we traded or if the big breaking news was going to happen that we traded for Mitchell. And you know what? It was all a big tease in the end. Nothing happened. I think 2 callers ago, somebody said Leon Rose is probably the best GM we've had in a while. I don't think so. I think Donnie Walsh is probably the best GM we've had in a long time. That was probably even a long time for even some Knicks fans now because I know a lot of them are really young.
Yeah.
Scott Layden, Isaiah Thomas, Phil Jackson would have made that trade for Donovan Mitchell. It's ridiculous. And you know what?
Layden,
this season's over. I'm kind of tired of it. All these picks that we have, they're all going to be traded for nothing. We're going to get a couple picks in the draft this year, and I guarantee we're going to trade all of them for future picks because we don't really draft rookies. Since Obi and Quickley, we haven't done anything with rookies. Trevor Keels, what is he?
They drafted Grimes. You don't like Grimes?
Yeah, I like the guy we didn't put in the trade for Mitchell. No, I don't like Grimes anymore. I'm tired of it.
All right, man. Hang in there, man. Eli from Connecticut. The only thing, let me shoot my guy Grimes some bail. The only thing, you have a lot of fans saying, like, when you report the Grimes injury, a lot of fans like, oh, this is Mr. Untouchable. This is the guy that we didn't, but we don't know that for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? All those reports that, like, the Knicks never wanted to trade Grimes and they wanted to trade RJ over Grimes. How accurate are those reports? Reports are reports. I just think it's unfair that we put that on this kid. unfair. It's just not right. I don't like that. You know, a lot of fans, you put the Grimes injury out there. Oh, this is the guy. This is Mr. Untouchable. This is the guy we didn't trade Spider for. We didn't trade for Spider.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It's unfair to put it all on one player. We don't we have somewhat of ideas of what we had that first report for Donovan Mitchell. I don't really want to go down the whole Donovan Mitchell train again. We did enough coverage of that. But at the same time, what does Donovan Mitchell, after you make that trade, what does that trade look like? Outside of Evan Fournier, if it's RJ and Quickley, a couple draft picks, do we have the horses to outside to being a competitive team? Like, yeah, it will be competitive, but how far are you going? Next thing you know, it's like, well, we need to get another star in here. We don't have enough players. I don't know. I'm like past that point. I wanted the Knicks to get Donovan Mitchell, man.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to give up more draft picks than players. That was my intention. But hey, didn't happen.
All I'm saying is, you know, people want to say that Grimes was the deal breaker. Who knows? Look at how the Jazz are playing right now. To me, they still got a better package. Look at how the Jazz are playing right now. Look at Lowry Marketing is playing outside of his head. Who on the Knicks is better than Lowry Marketing right now? Who on the Knicks is better than Colin Sexton right now? They took a better deal.
That's what I was saying.
I said it from the minute the deal got done. The Cavs had a better deal out there. Look how Lowry Marketing is playing right now. Just beat the Hawks on the road.
Number one team in the West right now.
So that's all I'm saying. I'm not putting all this on Grimes and the front office. You know, that was the sticking point in the deal. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
At the end of the day, Utah got a better deal. They're competitive.
Yeah.
Right? Look, even Agbaji's playing well out there. And they got 3 first-rounders.
Right. He was a safe pick. You knew he was going to play well. He was ready to go from day one. Very, very good player out of Kansas. Plug and play.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy Corey Telebo, who breaks down the drafts. He always talked about him having like that high character, whatever it takes for the team to win. That's just who he is, and that's how he's playing out there right now, man.
Yeah. So to everybody in the chat, man, if you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. We'll shout you guys out. Welcome to Knicks Postgame Live, presented by Manscaped. Knicks lose 112-85. CP the franchise here. I got my guy Alex Ratarz, the Stratocast on the other side. Go ahead and type in hashtag new if you guys are new in the chat. And like I said, hit that like button right now. Hit that thumbs up button. And share these videos. Share this video right now. And let people know number one show for the fans by the fans is on and popping. Al, we're going to cancel player ratings tonight. Thank God. Somebody hit me on Twitter. It was like, yo, player ratings, everybody's got to be a negative tonight. I said, yeah, we're just going to cancel player ratings tonight, man.
Yeah. What, zeros across the board?
Zeros across the board. Smokestack in DC. Smokestack, what's going on?
Yo, CP, my guy, how you feeling?
What's good, bro? How you doing?
Well, I'm going to get right to it.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Quickley. 19 minutes, 44 seconds, 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. What happened to Emmanuel Quickley? What happened to this guy? Is he a starter? Is he even second string, or is he third string? I think the Knicks need to play the third string as the starting lineup, and let's see what happens. Evan Fournier. Why did we pay this guy so much money to underperform? We knew he was trash before we got him when he was in Orlando. That's on Leon Rose.
Yeah.
So well, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Let's start with those two things.
Yeah, and appreciate the call, man. Good to hear from you. Quick, just I don't know, man. Quick just can't find anything. He can't get much separation out there. He's very tentative. You know, he's never confident in his shot. He's always overpassing, or sometimes not passing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Quick, his decision-making just hasn't been good this year. And neither has his shot. You know, 1 for 8 tonight. And that's been a disappointment. You were hoping that Quick would provide you some instant offense off the bench this year, but he's been anything but that. You know, this is a guy people want to compare to Lou Will. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's shooting 36% from the field, 30% from 3, 78% from the free throw line. Not good, man. Quick, I mean, that's just keeping it real. Quick hasn't been good. Has not been good this year at all.
Yeah, I mean, look, out of 5 games, out of the 11 games that have now been played, he shot from over 40% from the field 5 times. When it comes to 3, he shot over 30% from the field 5 times, but he's supposed to be a marksman, you know? And we haven't really seen that, especially from 3. That's supposed to have been his bread and butter. And we're not seeing his 3-point shooting, which this team desperately needs. That was what was the whole intrigue about Emmanuel Quickley when he got drafted, is that he's a marksman. He has range, and we just haven't seen that. This is also what we saw from him last season too, to begin the season. He was just up and down to start the season. Didn't really find that rhythm. I don't know. You know, it comes back to that whole topic that you and JD talked about on one show, where it's like, what's the mentality for him going in? Is he supposed to be the guy attacking? Is he supposed to be the facilitator? Because it seems like it's difficult for him to go back and forth between being a point guard and then being a combo guard, shooting guard, really. And we're consistently seeing that. And I think you just got to define a role for him, what he's supposed to do when he gets out there. I think that'll make his life a little bit more simpler and give him clarity on how to prepare for game in, game out. Because if you're going to ask him to go back to being a point guard, that's a different mindset than being an aggressive scorer.
Yeah.
I think he's at his best when he's an aggressive scorer, especially if you have Jalen Brunson, you got Derrick Rose. You don't need him to be a point guard. You need him to be that aggressive scorer.
However, are we seeing enough playmaking from Rose to allow Quickley to just focus on being a scorer out there? That's another thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a fair point.
Are we seeing enough playmaking from Rose that would allow Quickley to just focus on scoring?
I guess it comes back down to the minutes for Derrick Rose, right? And how long is he out there, and how many times does he have that opportunity? As of right now, he's only eclipsed 15. He's only eclipsed 15 minutes twice. He had it once against Milwaukee and then once against Atlanta, and he really hasn't had the opportunity to play more than that time. But my counter to that would be, like, we have enough of Jalen Brunson on the court, and sometimes we see Brunson and IQ out there, so that should kind of alleviate Quickley from being that playmaker too. Like, Brunson's playing 30-plus minutes. Well, I think it's actually, now that you bring up Derrick Rose, I find it interesting that we're going to Derrick Rose as a first guard off the bench a couple of times.
Switched up now.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, right.
Especially if he's playing limited minutes.
Right.
Why?
Right. It's an interesting question to ask, for sure. But yeah, I'm hoping Quick gets back on track, man. That definitely. Shout out to Avinash Vaswani, team #new. How you feeling? Brills Chills, team #new. Who else we got in here? Brightest Future, salute, welcome to the chat. Omar Diaz, how you feeling? Don Villa, team #new in here. Okay, who else we got? Team #new. Jacob Midor. Kenny Gale spamming team #new. Don Vito, what's going on? And salute. Okay, let's get to the phones, to the Discord we go. Let's go to Hawaii, man. Bmura, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? All right. Look, I'm going to try to always be unbiased.
Yeah.
All right? So here we go. Everyone can be a prisoner of the moment. A lot of us are. But this is how you aren't one, is when you realize that there's certain things that happen all the time. And those two things are Julius Randle and Tom Thibodeau. Julius, man, at halftime, did you guys hear that mic'd up thing from Julius? Saying 50-50 ball, that's ours. All that.
Yeah.
Bro, I was just thinking, bro, shut up, bro. You're the very one. You ain't going for nothing. And when he's saying that, no one's paying attention to him because they're just thinking, man, this guy knows he's mic'd up. He's talking it. He's bold. Okay? But then here we go. I mean, I give him some credit. He had some possession where he was really trying to guard KD. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but, KD just shot it in his face. Pause. And
Pause. Yeah.
And then for Thibodeau, look, we just came off a game with great rotations, moving the ball. What happened? All of that just went right out the window. And your players, they're not giving effort. You watch other teams, they show an effort, they're playing hard. If you're not doing that on a night-to-night basis, you know what that tells me? You're not a very good coach. You're not coaching right. If you can't get your guys to play right, you're not doing a great job as a coach. So, Tom, you need to step it up. I mean, and Cam Hive, let's be honest. Your boy did his best impression. I thought I was watching Tony Snell out there.
Hopefully JD's not listening.
With a fancy layup package that did nothing. Nothing. So, you guys need to step it up, man. You guys hold everyone accountable. Keep it up. I'm out. This is pathetic.
Salute, man. Bmura checking in from Hawaii with the smoke. Came for the Cam Hive too, man. Oof. Let's hear what they got to say. Speaking of Julius, here's what Julius had to say in his post-game press conference about tonight's loss. Here's Julius.
Julius, what do you make of them just coming out strong in the first quarter and seriously just take the lead from there?
Yeah, they jumped off to a fast start. Just never recovered. We made a little bit of a run in the third, but I mean it's tough. It's tough when you dig yourself a hole like that. So.
All right, Julius's audio wasn't that good. He basically just said it was tough. They dug themselves in a hole, and it's tough when you get to there. Here was Brunson. Let's see if his audio's a little any louder.
Is that just like one game you kind of say it's okay, it happens a long season, or do you guys have get-ups, is there something bigger when, the other team brings it, maybe you don't?
Yeah, it's not okay. It's something that we need to quickly recover from. I'm okay with missing shots. I'm okay with, aggressive mistakes, but effort and heart and from all of us, that's what we need. And if you go out there and play as hard as we can and do what we can, and the team beats us, I mean, we gotta live with that. But when we know we didn't do it, go out there 110%. That's hard to live with. So no, it's not okay.
So you definitely felt like you guys didn't play as hard as you played in the other games this year.
Yes, they played harder than us, and we didn't play as hard as we could.
Brunson was looking at that guy like, "What are you asking me right now?" What the guy say? Is it? What the guy say is? Do you accept this loss? Is this loss okay to you? What do you think? Is what I would have asked. I feel it for these guys sometimes, man, that got to be doing these mandatory press conferences. Sometimes I feel Julius when he's like, yo, we got to look at the tape, man. Like, wrap this up, man. Because some of these questions are just flat out ridiculous.
Do you accept this loss?
Yeah. How do you feel about this loss? Are you okay with it?
Absolutely. I'm happy that we lost tonight. It was a great time, man. At least I got my cardio in.
Right.
I didn't have to go to the gym.
Right.
Like, what?
Courtesy of SOI badge. Salute to my guys at SOI. I'll be on the putback with Ian Begley tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 in the afternoon. We'll recap the game, so make sure to check us out over there. Here's RJ on tonight's loss. There he is.
Do you think that first quarter was more them or more you guys not maybe bringing the needed urgency?
Yeah, we weren't ourselves tonight. Of course, at 82 games, a game like this is going to happen, but we can't make this a habit, you know what I mean? Like, we got to come out with energy every single night as much as we can. So it's a good thing that we got another one Friday.
All right. RJ says energy's got to be better. And energy's got to be better. So
simple and plain.
Simple and plain, man. Simple and plain. Okay. Good stuff, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's take a couple more calls before we wrap up. Let's go to Ron from Baltimore. Ron, what's going on?
CP, thanks for taking my call.
How you feeling?
I just want to have an honest conversation. I try to be honest with you guys. RJ Barrett, I don't know what he did this offseason. To me, I don't think he looks athletic at all. He can't guard. He can't finish still. He can't shoot. He can't make free throws. He can't really hold on to the ball enough. And he'll always come back because he's the next game or the game after and want to prove himself because he's frustrated with himself, and he'll work hard to do the best he can. But it's the same things that are happening to him, and it's not just him. I get it, the whole team stunk, but like, I'm very concerned about RJ Barrett. He can't. The defense is not there. He can't, like, we last year, RJ Barrett was supposed to be a defensive stopper. He's not doing anything. He's just a guy out there. And I just don't. The finishing drives me nuts. I'm very concerned, CP, very concerned. You mentioned IQ. To me, I can't stand watching IQ when he hijacks the offense and he over dribbles. He just, to me, like you said, last year he didn't shoot it well. So this year you're not going to shoot it well because if IQ doesn't make threes, he doesn't do anything else. Derrick Rose looks old. I think I have to be honest with you. Derrick Rose to me looks like Taj Gibson out there, and I hate to say that because I love Derrick Rose, but he looks old. I would have put in McBride earlier in this game. I don't understand the whole letting Grimes roll in the last 5 minutes of the game. Either he plays in the rotation or he doesn't. I know they wanted to get him some run, but he should play earlier in the game. I don't want to see if Grimes is healthy to go. I don't want to see him in garbage time with Diacono and all those guys. I need people that can play defense.
Yeah.
This was disappointing, CP, because I wanted to see if this team is real or not. They're going to have other chances, but RJ Barrett, we have to be honest and stop. I'm not saying UCP, but there are the 2K watching this stream. We got to stop babying RJ. We got to hold him accountable. Like, sit him out the first quarter of the Piston games to say it's not okay. We paid you the money. We want you to do well. Show us. Fix the mistakes. What did you do this offseason? I wasn't with you, but you got to get – I'm sick. No slow starts. That's not acceptable anymore. CP, he has my money. That's all I got.
Appreciate the call, man. Rate that call in the chat, man. What do you guys think about Ron's call, man? 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Yeah. It's been a tough go for young Rowan Jr., man. Been a tough go. 16 points tonight, 5 of 14 shooting. You know, Ron has points, man. The defense hasn't been good. As he said, he's been working on his finishing. That's been a mixed bag, but it's been better than previous years, but hasn't been great. I mean, you know, point blank range, he's has no touch around the rim. And as I said, the defense needs to improve. And like I've also been saying, he's got to find some more playmaking, man. Instead of just putting his head down and attacking, use that to his advantage and swing that ball. Because all these teams are playing him for his drives. If you see him on his drives, he's got 2-3 guys trailing him.
So they already know.
They already know. So somebody's got to be open.
I mean, to Ron's point, he's stating facts where it's like, you know what RJ wants to do. It's either shoot the three or drive to the basket. And we've, 2 seasons ago, was it during that bubble season, we saw there was like even a snake mid-range, like snake dribble to get to the mid-range jumper. We see that a little bit here and there, but I mean, it's a little too predictable. Like, we know that you want to attack and transition. We know you want to get to the rim. We know if you're open around the corner on the perimeter, you're going to shoot your three. But Ron brings up a good point. What else are you adding to your game? Like, in order for your finishing around the rim to be better, that means players also have to know that you're capable of doing something else.
Yeah. Right?
So if everyone knows you're only limited to a couple moves, it ain't going to work.
Yeah. No question about it, man. Like I said, the decision making, the playmaking, everything, he's got to get better. All facets. Cut down the turnovers. Play better defense.
Then the playmaking would help him. Like,
I think the playmaking would help him.
If defenders know that he could be passing it out, that means they got to transition, switch off of him to go guard somebody else. It just helps his game, man. But if you got tunnel vision just wanting to attack, they just know what you want to do. You can't be predictable. And that's what this team is at this point right now. It's just a little too predictable.
TM in the chat said everybody's getting cooked tonight. Real talk. We started with Julius. Brunson got the smoke. IQ rose. Thibs, of course. RJ.
That should let you all know that this is a team effort.
This is a team effort. Wins a team, loses a team. Only person that got spared tonight was Obi, but we blamed everybody else for his lackluster tonight. Knicks fans ain't nothing, man. We're the worst. I love it though, man.
Show. Wait until they watch this.
Wait till they watch the show tonight.
Oh man, I hope they're kind to us tonight after this performance.
Listen, RJ, it's all love, man. It's all love. But listen, we mean it with all good intentions.
Tough love, man.
It's just tough love, man.
Right?
He knows
that's what you get. That's what you get in New York.
Yeah,
it's tough love.
We spared Svi. I want to see Svi get some more playing time. We need to shoot it.
Svi, McBride.
I'm good on McBride.
Archie Diacono got spared tonight.
I'm good on Archie Diacono too. He's garbage time. McBride, I guess, some people are, we need to do something. Whatever, man.
Oh, man.
Ryan Amel, Chuck D, $10 Super Chat says, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to see a individual workout film again. They do nothing for us fans. Only thing that matters is head-to-head play, and nobody ever shows a defensive workout. That's true. That is true, man. Okay. All right, a couple more. Let's go to India, man. Let's go to my guy Aswin over in India.
Go.
Tapping in on the Discord. How you feeling,
seriously, CP, are you saying V and Archie Diablo? Has it really come to that?
Yeah, right. It's garbage time minutes, man.
But first of all, let me start by saying congratulations to you, Alex and JD, and especially to KnicksFanTV for the accolades that you have all achieved over the last couple of months.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your support.
So I got 2 quick points and 1 question for you. The first one is that what's happening with D-Rose. I mean, he is literally coming on for 10-12 minutes, standing in corner, passing the ball to IQ or Fournier, and just standing in corner. I mean, is he going to be traded, or has it become the Thibs thing, like he's overly dependent on Brunson and thus he's just standing in corner? Because he went all through the physical training, he lost the weight and done so much, but he's just standing in corner. I don't know if anyone notices, but he just simply runs up, passes the ball, and goes and stands in the corner. So I don't know what's up with that. That one you have to clarify me. Second one is, okay, first point, let me point out the thing about IQ. Anyone after today says IQ is a combo guard, I want you to walk to kitchen, pour a bucket of ice water, a bucket, and put it on your head. Okay. He has literally no mimicking. Zero. I mean, he just dribbles in, dribbles out, holds the ball, let the clock runs to like 5 seconds, and then does something weird, and the place that position is gone. I don't know what's happening with that. I mean, it's frustrating because I play as a point guard for my team, and I mean, the job of a point guard is to penetrate and like draw men towards you and make something. If he doesn't do anything, just fidgets around the free throw line. So that's something. And now about the main point that I have to ask you guys is that
you got a bird or something back there going crazy?
Yes, that's my parrot.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, it sounds like you got a parakeet or something. All right, I'm gonna drop you off because your parakeet is pissed off at IQ. But I get the points. Ask your question real quick for your parakeet about to fly out the house, man. Ask your question.
Okay, sure. I will be quick.
Yeah.
So, do you really believe we will be any different than this after 30 or 40 games this season? Because if not, we will still be in a playing team, and if we suppose we bite and claw our way to playoffs, we will be still out in the first round. Okay. So, do we keep repeating this year after year and continue to be below average? Or you think we should trade last bets, tank hard, and actually build a future around a really good future star? Because if we keep being in the middle, we will neither be in the playoffs for a long run, or neither can we get a good star in the draft, right? Because we will always be in like 10th, 11th position in draft, and there's never really a good chance to get.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yo, listen, throw some fives in the chat for my guy Aswin from India, man. Dropping facts. Only reason I had to drop him off because his bird was literally bursting my eardrums, bro. His parrot was going crazy his parrot is pissed off at the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? His parrot was going crazy.
It's 10:20 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably, for all I know, Ashman's probably getting ready for work or at work right now.
Big talk.
And
yeah.
And the parrot's like, yo, man, like, you taking off time for break for this?
That was a 5-star call. I thought he hit it on the head, man. He had that smoke for IQ, man. He was trying to tell IQ how you play point guard. Well, shout out to him, man. I thought he had some good points. And like I said, if his bird wasn't going crazy, I would have let him rock for a little while. It's just a little too, you got to make sure that the audio is good for the fans at all times. So if you're on the speakerphone, if you got static on your line, you're yelling, we got to make it a pleasant listening experience for the fans. So Ashwin understands. He knows the vibe. He can call back anytime. Look, as I expect this team to win 40-something games, you're going to have games like this. It just is what it is. You're going to have games where they look great. They may have some good wins. Maybe they go out and beat the Bucks, or maybe they go to San Fran. When I go to San Fran, they beat the Warriors, and I call into the show and everybody's going crazy and the 50 burgers are back. And then they're going to have letdown games. That's just what an average team does, mediocre team. What happens after this? Well, I think Papa Left had said it when he called in a couple shows ago. What you're hoping is over the course of the season is that your younger players are improving. RJ, IQ, you're seeing good things from Obi. Does Cam do some things? What does Grimes do? Can he stay healthy? You're trying to see that. And if they don't make the playoffs, it sounds like this is a good draft to go out there and go get some talent. Go get some more wings. Get some more shooting desperately.
Mm-hmm.
Get some more wings, some 3-4 combos, 2-3-4 combos, get a wing factory like the Raptors got. Get some more shooting in here and draft some more players. So, all is not necessarily lost. But like he said, you don't want to be stuck in the middle. That's the worst place to be.
Yeah, that's also kind of what we were talking about last season by the trade deadline, right? Where we wanted to see what these players could be. That way you could kind of start consolidating some assets. But the good thing is Knicks got a lot of draft picks. For this draft, I hope they go take somebody because there is a plethora of talent, not just punt out of the first round like they've done.
We don't want to do that.
We can't keep doing that. And you have enough assets where you could potentially trade up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the Knicks need to make some moves this offseason. They got to learn what type of players they have on this roster. It all comes down to minutes, man.
Yep.
All these kids got to get minutes.
All right, we're in the rapid fire phase of things, folks. We need rapid fire callers right now. Start with Amir from BK. 1 point rapid fire. Let's go.
Okay, real quick, rapid fire for y'all. Top to bottom, this team is actually no, because we rapid fire. I'm gonna make sure I respect y'all time.
Okay.
What's going on with nobody giving Cam any love? I know he played trash tonight, absolutely, but it's not his fault though. They're not looking for him. They're not running any single play for this man. So when he does get the ball, he got to throw something up because they never pass him anything. So he out here looking crazy, but it's not his fault. If you don't give him the rock, he getting it he gets nothing. No love for Cam. Give this man the ball. Show him some respect. Give him some plays because other than him, the only person I have hope for this year is Obi because the rest of them can go. At this point, the rest of the team can go.
I'm gonna keep it pushing. Y'all keep doing your thing. Let me give you your flowers real quick because each week y'all come on here and y'all make this team sound interesting and keep us going. But this team is garbage. So I appreciate y'all as a Knicks fan. I'm out.
Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. All right, let's go to Mike from Manhattan. Mike, how you feeling?
CP, what's going on?
Hey.
First time, long time. I just want to say you made it as difficult as possible. First time caller. All the points tonight towards the end of the show, impossible to follow up. Everyone's speaking facts. You really can't speak anything wrong tonight when you have a game this bad. But really quickly, just want to say two things that really got me worried that everyone else has pointed out. IQ and RJ. What is their bag looking like right now? Have either of them progressed in the offseason? And you know it's bad when you're thinking about the offseason. And IQ, how many times does he get a kick out, a wide open kick out, and decide to take a step back? That drives me crazy. I know I might sound like an OLED like that, but he thinks he's James Harden with that. That needs to stop. But other than that, everyone else is speaking facts. I appreciate it. Rapid fire. Thanks.
Appreciate it, man. And you know, back to Amir's thing. Look, I like I've said in the beginning, I think Cam's defense is needed in the starting unit. I think his offense will come out off the bench. That's just how I see it. And I do agree, especially on a night like tonight. I just think between RJ, Julius, Brunson, there just wasn't enough playmaking out of these guys. And when the ball's not moving, a guy like a Cam is not going to get easier opportunities. He's going to get opportunities where he's got to go out there and create for himself, and it's not going to look all that good.
You know, something that Thibs could have done tonight to really help Cam, if he wanted to, was the first rotation change that he made after a timeout was Rose, RJ, Cam, Randle, Hartenstein. If you really wanted to get RJ and potentially even Cam into some sort of rhythm, could have brought Obi in, you know, instead of leaving Randle out there. Because when you put Randle out there, that's something where it comes back to Thibs rotations where I get he's trying to shake things up, right? This is a way where we know that sometimes you need Randle and RJ to be with two totally different lineups to really get into a rhythm and to be somewhat of the focal point of that offense. Tonight, I would have gone that direction. And it helps out Cam, too. You talk about it. So you have Rose, RJ, Cam, say you bring in Obi, Hartenstein. Like, that's a way you can help Cam get his offensive rhythm while playing with the second unit. That's one way that's one way Thibs could have done it. These are just like, you know, I hate bringing up like what the Celtics did, but when you see Brad Stevens, he was known for throwing out some like crazy rotations, just absolutely wild rotations. But it helps sometimes just to see what could work and what sticks. Thibs needs to go a little bit further than what we're seeing right now, just to not only help himself, but also the players.
And the thing is, you always hear a lot of people, that the Cam Hive defenders, and the president, JD as well. Oh, he needs time to play through his mistakes and do this and that and the third. You know, in the starting lineup, like, we don't need that. We need efficient shooting around RJ, Julius, and Brunson. And this is why I go back to the Grimes thing. If you have a healthy Grimes, and he is who he's profiled to be, to me, it's a better fit. We're talking about fit in the starting unit. A lot of people like Cam because of his size and his defense. I get that. That side of things, I'm okay with. Right? He's our only wing on the team right now that's healthy. You need his defense. But offensively, number one, Thibs is not going to allow him to be that guy that's going to work through all these mistakes. You keep doing boneheaded things, you're going to be sitting on the bench. But if he did, the bench would be a better situation for him. To be.
You could, and I hear you on that. And I would say, yes, Grimes would be the better fit just because the low volume 3-point shooting is what you need. Is he going to play, man? That's the question. What's going on with his injury? Because even tonight, like, he's available. Like, yeah, he got the last, he came at 4:36 in the fourth to finish the game. What's it going to be like tomorrow night? Because it didn't seem like, even though he was healthy, if the Knicks were in this game, I don't see him getting any playing time.
I didn't think he was going to play. They got to figure it out because, like I said, I don't think they're just going to shut Fournier out of it just yet. I think it will be a gradual. I've been saying it since the preseason that they're going to gradually throttle his minutes down and give that starting spot. I said to Grimes, but right now it's Cam. I think that's still going to be the plan. They're not going to do that to him. I don't see it. I could be wrong. I've been wrong on many things. I don't care. My opinion is I don't see them just shutting Fournier out of the rotation completely. I don't think they do that to him.
Do you think?
I think they allow him to play himself out of it first, which is what he's doing right now.
So you think?
Yeah. Good.
So then you think? So let's work this all out. So then Grimes gets into the starting rotation. He's healthy, ready to go. Has gotten his conditioning back up, so forth. He's in the starting. What's happening to Cam? Is he going to still get minutes with the second?
I think Cam stays the starter for a while, because Grimes, he has a long way to go to catch up, bro.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, but we're past that point. Grimes is already caught up. Is Cam in the second unit?
I think Cam's in the second unit. No, I think Cam's in the second unit. Okay. I think Fournier ultimately plays himself out of the rotation completely. Okay. But I don't think they'll just cut him off at the knees right away. I don't think they'll do that to him.
Gotcha.
Which is right now is a good time because Grimes needs time to get back into the flow. But I just don't think that they full out DMP 48 just because Grimes is available to play. I don't think they do that yet.
Hopefully you trade him and get something in return.
It's possible.
Not on the bench, you know?
Certainly possible.
Hey, Lakers need some shooting, man. I'm just saying.
Lake Show needs everything, man. They need everything. Let's see. K Marco, $20 super chat says we will always be embarrassed when we have off-Broadway Barrett, Emmanuel Slowly, Cam Bluish, Derek Dandelion, and Obi Potter being playing how they did tonight. Disgusting. Hashtag fire Thibs. Okay, a couple more. We're going to go two more. We're going to go JJ, then Carl. JJ, let's go rapid fire.
Yo, what's good, fellas? How you guys doing, man?
Fantastic. What's going on?
Chilling. Yeah, so real quick, basically, I thought Clyde said it best during tonight's game.
He did.
He said there's no identity offensively or defensively, and he's right. There's no perimeter defense except Cam, and there's not one consistent three-point shooter. You're not going to win games in today's NBA like that. You're just not. And my last point, at this point, man, let's just get out of no man's land. Let's just tank, blow it up. I think tanking and getting a really low pick in this loaded draft is probably the best way out. So, that's it, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
take it easy.
Okay. And a new closer tonight. Carl, we're going to Detroit. Carl from Detroit. What's going on?
Yo, what's going on, family? How y'all boys doing tonight?
Good, man. What's going
on?
on?
How you doing?
Listen, man, let me tell you something. Everybody's dancing around what the real deal is. And what it all comes down to is this is all on Thibs. Thibs' coaching is so dangerous at this point. I feel like we don't even know who we got.
What do you mean?
Yo, at the end of the day, we have one of the best benches in the league. We have a decent young talent as our starters. When we had these little moments where we fall off, it's not. I'm telling you right now, Thibs needs to step his game up. Or really, at the end of the day, I think he's just getting old. You know, everybody's got their time. He had his time. You know, he had his little time to shine. Guess what? You need to hand the rope off to somebody else, man. It's not working out. I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of his rotations. I'm tired of Thibs' game plan. I smelled his game plan before he even started. Everybody knows what his game plan is. And then for the grand finale, who was cutting this man's hair? Fellas, I love y'all show, man. Keep up the good work, man. I'm just tired of everything regarding Thibs, man. I'm sick of hearing about Thibs. It don't have nothing to do with Leon Rose. It don't have nothing to do with nobody else. And if you're walking around with that type of haircut, I don't trust your judgment as our coach. Y'all have a good night, man.
Man said Thibs goes to Lemon Tree. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna disagree with him. As I say, I'm a coach's coach, players play. The Knicks have average talent, man. I've been telling you guys this for the last 3, 4, 5 years. They have average talent. Yes, coaches can make a difference when you are a good team. Thibs ain't out there shooting 65% from the free throw line. He's not out there turning the ball over. Brunson getting cooked up by something. That's not Thibs' fault. Julius being Julius. Yeah, Thibs can hold him more accountable, but he's not going to make Julius. He's not going to be a smarter player. If you don't have it, you don't have it. RJ's skill sets. What's Thibs going to do to make RJ a better finisher at the rim? A better shooter? RJ's putting in work. He's practicing. But you're only going to hit a certain... you're only going to get to a certain point, a certain ceiling. We'll see where that is for RJ. But Thibs ain't out there. He's not out there playing for him.
But does he have the trust of the locker room, man? That's the question, because there's the energy. That's where you start questioning, man.
Well, it's looking a little flaky right now.
That's one that I think is fair, because a coach should still always have the pulse of the locker room and know that they're gonna go out and compete 110%.
Everybody, when you're an average team, the coach is the first thing people think about. Talent wins. It is a talent league. Over and over and over again. It never fails. Talent, 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 ladies and gentlemen. You lost because Kevin Durant is one of the best players in the league. Offense, defense, scoring, passing, he does everything. They had no answer for him. He was filleting Cam. Julius did his best. He was filleting Julius. And as a leader, as a playmaker, as a star, everything flowed through him. All his guys rallied around him. It starts and ends with KD, not Jacques Vaughn. It's KD, man. It's a star-driven league. All right, that's me. I'm off my soapbox, man. It's a good show. Good show.
Wasn't good enough to save Steve Nash, though.
No, it wasn't good enough to save Steve Nash. It wasn't. Well, it wasn't. But at the end of the day, it's a star-driven league, man. Everybody thinks the coach is out there playing for the players. When you're average, you're going to have ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs.
These are all true. But at the same time, you still have to have some sort of range over the locker room, man. To have...
Sure.
There was a 23-point... It was a 23-point lead to the Hawks. You're coming out lifeless against the Brooklyn. We're talking about a divisional game, man. It's a divisional game.
Yeah.
What? Like, you got to have some, as a coach, you have to have some sort of, pulse. You got to have some sort of controls, knowing that these guys are going to fight, We have Cam Thomas's offseason at Summer League giving side eyes to Steve Nash comments.
Yeah.
Matt Brooks said he thought they should have fired Steve Nash when it came down to X's and O's, management of talent. You also got to manage what you got too. It's got to be better than this.
Yep, true story. I could definitely agree with that. Okay, super chats. Salute to everybody who donated. Shout out to Gamba the Bard. Says SMH, everyone to blame. First drinks on me. Shout out to Gamba. $15 super chat. Pudge Forever says relive Tom of his duties and turn the tank on. Mont Blanc Nolan says they really thought they could walk in here and just sleepwalk to a win. Nasty. Junior Karoma says salute CP, salute Alex. I am shocked. You my boy CP, but I disagree with you on not being on the Nets level. They have a top 5 NBA talent. That's it. Does a lot for you, man. Oh, they just have Kevin Durant and that's it. Okay. All right. Papo171 says it starts at the defensive end. Evan Fournier was getting blamed now. Who do they blame for the starting lineup? The slow starts need to stop. # no energy. Gamba $10 super chat says scratch that. Thibs teams have been embarrassed by 2 replacement coaches this season. The seat is on fire. Johnny Bryant time. K Asante 714 says $10 super chat says love Brunson, but we are all ready to admit he's a defensive liability. Yeah, that is for sure. Shahid Canadian super chat $5 says this issue was disgusting. Durant is 21-3 against the Knicks all time and has not lost a game versus the Knicks since he's been a net. We are down bad. Other side, $10 super chat says I was in the building and man, I was pissed. I had Nets fans talking crazy. Not again. I can't do this to myself. Mark Austin, $10 super chat says, is the Spurs a better team than us or better coached? Keldon Johnson's certainly playing well. So is Devin Vassell. Hoodie's Vintage, $5 super chat says, damn, Jose got a point. Leaving Barclays was embarrassing. The lack of effort, accountability, and identity is a problem. SMH 8 straight. Thibs ain't it. King Matthew says, imagine being 6'9" and can't score over Seth Curry. Hold this L, says $10 Super Chat says, I'm not mad at us not getting Spider. He became available after we signed Brunson, and we don't have high IQ defenders like the Cavs. If SGA is available, we got to get him. Julius plays losing basketball. Hold this L also says, how are we so bad at guarding the three? The Mavs had the 6th best defensive rating with Luka and Brunson. Julius plays losing basketball, low IQ turnover ball shopper, Shaq with a K. All right, no doubt. All right, great show, ladies and gentlemen, man. Remember that this show is available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Catch up there. Hit that like button before you guys go. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. It helps us go a long way, man. Support this channel. We definitely appreciate everybody who donated monetarily. But if you don't have monetarily, there's, as I said, there's easy ways to support us. Hit the like button whenever you come in. Share this video whenever you come in. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Those 3 things you can do for absolutely free. And it helps us go a long way. So it's very valuable. Trust and believe me. Next show, Friday night, Knicks versus the Pistons. Let's see if they can get a bounce back win, man. CP and Alex, we out of here. Great show, everybody. All the mods, TM, Chuck D, John Talento, JJ, everybody. Lash, salute. We out of here. Peace.